Hey guys, it's Phil. So this is a special video, and this is based off of an idea I got from and this gives it away entirely, the OnePlus forums. So the OnePlus One has been the most popular phone across the internet for a good few months now. And lo and behold, I have mine. And it's, well, it's big, but it's lovely. But it's unrooted. As is every phone that has to be, or every phone that ships and is compliant with Google has to be unrooted and have a locked bootloader. That's why the Google Play editions and the Nexus devices have unlockable bootloaders, but they're not unlocked to begin with. So we're going to root. First, we're going to unlock the bootloader. We're going to root after we install a custom recovery. So the steps will be in order: bootloader, recovery, root. So some precautions and some files. First precaution: this will wipe everything on your device that you have installed and downloaded. So any app that you've downloaded will be gone. All of its data will be gone unless it's settings, and that's backed up to Google. You will lose all pictures, music, video, and your internal storage will be wiped clean by the bootloader unlock process. So that's warning number one. Warning number two is you will need the Android Sdk installed on your computer. So I'm not going to show you how to do that, because it is simply go to the developer website for Android and download it, then install it, and just know where the file is to get to it. And then thirdly is the files you will need, and they will be linked down below. But for now, they'll be in this folder that will be aptly named Bacon Root, because the OnePlus One's codename is Bacon, which was explained elsewhere on the OnePlus forums by me. But so the files we will need are provided in the thread that I will link down there. It is by, let me check the name of the person right now. I want to give this person credit because they were the one that wrote all of this out. I'm just the one that's putting it into video format. VMK2310 on the OnePlus forums. So he notes that the warranty for your phone is still good. Rooting will not void this warranty unless you have a ColorOS China model. Carrier unlocked international phones will be fine. But this one is for the carrier unlocked international model, not the ColorOS. This is only for CM11S. I'm not sure if it works for ColorOS, but it probably does, because they're the same phone, just different OSs and ROMs on them. Okay. First step is to download and install the Android Sdk, which is just developer.android.whatever, and then install that and just have the window open. So I'm going to do that right now. I have it on my desktop, I believe. Into there, to there, there, and hold on, I haven't been in here for a while. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. So I'm going to minimize that. So that's the first step. Install the Android Sdk and know where it is. 2, we need to enable USB debugging for our phones. So I'm going to start from probably the launcher that everyone has, the Trebuchet launcher, or Trebuchet, depending on who you ask. So we're going to do Menu, Settings, and then scroll down to About Phone. So we're going to be able to tap the build number 7 times, or well, you'll have to tap it a bit, and then it'll give you 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you are now a developer. Developer options have been enabled. So we'll hit back, see developer options as an option, click on that, and then we're going to, so this is key, we're going to enable Android debugging so that we can get this phone using the computer into Fastboot Mode, into the bootloader. But we will also have advanced reboot checked just for convenience here. So we're going to hit home once that's all done, and then we can leave that aside for now. So what we're going to do is, first, you will want to download the files from down there. The SuperSU v1.99r3, which will be linked, and then the Open Recovery TWRP 2.7.1.0 for Bacon for the OnePlus One, the image file. So first we're going to rename the recovery file to simply TWRP, so it's easier to type in when we have to go use the command prompt, because we will have to be using the command prompt for some of it. Next up is we will have to make sure that the USB drivers are installed, so you'll need a, as you can see over here, micro USB cable. So we're going to plug in our OnePlus One using, this is not their cable, but it will work because it's a micro USB cable. So we're going to unlock, and we're going to make sure that it's working. So as you can see, Android debugging enabled, and then it recognized it. There we go, focus for me. Okay, so it recognized it as the device named One, so we can just close that because we don't need to do. But see, it says your device is ready to use. That means the drivers are good and it works. That's what's important. So what we're going to do next is open up our, I'm going to set this down for a little bit just because it makes it a little easier to maneuver. So we're going to open up the platform tools in, so once we get to the Android SDK, we're going to go into SDK platform tools, and then you're going to right click and then not right click, shift right click, and then it will be the option that you can't see. It will be open command window here. Let's see if we can zoom in on that a little bit. Sorry for the moving. So see the open command window here. We're going to click. So as you can see, sorry for the jiggling, it will be under, so this is where it is on my computer. So it'll be C, users, me, desktop, my stuff, personal, D2 ATT root, because I have it in there from when I rooted my Galaxy S3 for AT&T, and then SDK platform tools. Okay, from in there, we're going to, because the phone is now, sorry, I'm zooming out a little, the phone is now ready to accept commands because we have essentially connected an Android terminal to this. So we're going to type, and I'm going to zoom in on the window for this one, sorry for the zooming in and out this time. Focus. Okay, are we good? I think we're good, it's going to sit. Okay, we are going to type ADB space reboot space bootloader. So hit enter. So the daemon for controlling the Android will start, and then we will watch for a little bit here. So to actually have this all completely work, let's just check always remember, because we have to allow USB debugging to do this from the computer to the phone. So clicking OK should give us that. We're going to open back the notification tray just to know everything's still working. So it's still booted up and normal. So we're going to retype ADB space reboot. Let's zoom in. Come on, there we go. Space bootloader. And then, okay, the phone just shut off and is rebooting into Fastboot Mode, as you can see there. And then it says down in the corner of the computer, let's aim this a little bit. So let's see. Focus. So it said Android ADB interface connected. So we're going to first install the custom recovery. We're going to install Team Win Recovery Project, TWRP, first, because that is the only custom recovery that currently exists. Clockwork Mod has not yet released one. So we will be doing first this. To install the custom recovery, though, you have to unlock the bootloader. So the unlock bootloader command, and this one is where you either pause and take all of your data off or make sure everything's backed up to Google Photos, Drive, everything. So pause if you need to do that. If you don't, here we go. For those of you that paused, welcome back. So this step will be to unlock the bootloader and wipe everything. So what you'll need to type is Fastboot, one word, boot, OEM, unlock. Because we're in Fastboot mode, we will need to OEM unlock the phone. So this will be where everything gets wiped. So the phone just buzzed, and this will take a little bit, so I'm going to pause once this is done, because your phone is now empty. It's like you got it out of the box, okay? It's completely stock, has none of your stuff on it. So for this, you will have to, your bootloader is unlocked, so that's good, but now you'll have to go through the setup process again, which can be quick, and I'm going to pause for that. But once you get in, I'll show you what you have to do to make sure that this next bit works. So I will get back to you once this finishes booting, and I will see you in a second. Okay, so I just skipped through all the setup, so that was quick. So this is a brand new, essentially factory stock, none of your data is on it, OnePlus One. So we're going to hit Menu, and this is to disable the flashing of CyanogenMod's stock recovery. So we're going to scroll down to About Phone, because we have to re-enable developer options. 4, 3, 2, 1, developer options enabled. So we're going to go into there. We're going to uncheck this. We have to have this unchecked if we want our custom recovery to stay. And then we also have to recheck Android debugging, because it was disabled when we rebooted everything, or reset everything. So we're going to go back, and then I unplugged it for simplicity, but we will, if you did unplug it, plug it back in. If not, well, so ADB interface, so we're going to click remember and yes, and we're going to close the window because we don't need to get into it. So as you can see, the little SID figure, and then debugging enabled. So our next step is to get into Fastboot mode again. So what we're going to do is go to, what is it? It would be, we would type, there we go, ADB space reboot space bootloader, just like before. And then the phone will buzz like it just did, sorry, big finger, and it will take you back into if you did this correctly and did everything. Maybe that's a little close, but regardless. It'll say Fastboot mode and it'll have Sid's face, so that's good. Next, we will have to flash the custom recovery file. So what you will need to do is type, we're not going to type anything, recheck the steps right there. So we're going to open up where we have our platform tools, where we open the command prompt from, and then we're also going to get out our Team Win Recovery Project image, and we're going to drag and drop that into the folder where we see, let's see, ADB and fastboot.exe. It has to be in there for us to be able to directly access it, so I just moved it over there. Let us continue. So we will have to type, let's see, fastboot space flash space recovery space TWRP.img, not OMG. This is what you'll be saying afterwards. And then we will click enter. So that is good. Total time is all done, whatever. And then we will type in, and you won't be able to see this, but it will be Fastboot Reboot. And then the phone will buzz. I'm sorry for the jaunty camera this time. So this will be, if I'm right, it will boot us into normal Signage Mod 11s, which would be quicker of a boot up than with the first boot, because the first boot always takes longer. But don't get used to this. Leave it plugged in. Leave this one plugged in, because we're going to go straight into, as you can see, ADB or USB debugging enabled and continued. We're going to go back to the command prompt. And sorry for all the zooming and camera work this time, guys. We are going to do ADB space reboot space recovery to get us into our custom recovery mode. So the phone will buzz and we will get our boot up. Something important to note. If you have the the SuperSU file, the zip file that you downloaded, you will want to put that on your internal SD card before continuing. So if you did reboot into recovery, just hold on a second and we will get you back to normal system so that we can get you that file. So, okay, so team win, custom recovery, there we go. Okay, so for those of you that forgot to, or well, for those of you that didn't know, we have to put the SuperSU file on the phone. So we're going to do reboot into system, so just boot up as normal. Actually, yeah. So reboot system, and then this is read the text if you can. Your device does not appear to be rooted. Install SuperSU now. This will root your device. Don't click that. Let's swipe to install and root our phone. Okay, so that did it. So that should actually have done it. So now, if this is right, and I'm almost positive this will work, we will have a custom recovery, an unlocked bootloader, and super user access. 3 lovely things for every hacker, modder, rooter, ROMer, flasher, and general control addict. So let's leave all of these windows minimized and whatever. So let's unlock our phone and check for super user. Okay, so there's that. So let's connect to a data point, and I will do this real quick using home Wi-Fi. Be back. Okay, once connected to a data network, we will go into the app drawer, over to SuperSU installer, and then let's do the play method. So we'll use Google Play, and I will sign into my account and be right back. And once you do that, once you sign into your Google account, you will be taken to the SuperSU page. So we do not want to open, we want to update. It'll give us our app permissions. We will accept because, well, we want to root, hopefully. If you don't, this is where you would sign off and just enjoy your custom recovery, though I don't know what you'd do with it. So in the meantime, we're also going to, so the icon changed and it's the full SuperSU icon, or app now. So we're going to also, just for the sake of posterity, download Root Checker. And this is just the one that I always use for the first one. And then we're going to install it. Okay, it's a quick install. It's less than a megabyte of data. So we're going to go into SuperSU. The SuperSU binary needs to be updated, so we'll continue and do normal. And this shouldn't take very long. It always warns 5 minutes, but it should take less than 1. Just because modern phones are very fast with their processing capabilities. So there we go, installation success. It's recommended that you reboot. I already follow Chainfire. I recommend you do the same. It's very useful to know what he's up to and see what his input is on rooting. So we're going to go into Root Checker. Okay, accept the changes, and we're going to verify that we have root access. So here we go, moment of truth, guys. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you see this, you did it right. If you don't, go back into recovery and see if it installed SuperUser. If it didn't, or if it did, go through the process again. If it didn't install it, install it. If it did install it, boot back into the system, and then go to the Play Store and update the file. And then update the SU binary, and then check for root. And if you get that little pop-up window, you've succeeded. You have a rooted, recovered, unlocked, bootloadered phone. A OnePlus One with all of that. Gives you the ultimate capabilities, and this is the ultimate bacon. Since bacon is the development name, I would like to thank, as I said before, the person who wrote all of this out for me, and that I'm positive I mentioned before, but I feel I should mention again, VMK2310. So he is to thank for this. If you can find him over on the OnePlus forums, I will link the forum down below for where it was, so go ahead and let him know that there's a video up and that his method worked. So I hope that this was helpful to those of you with OnePlus Ones, and this is a little bit of a nice thing to know that you can root and you can have ultimate control over the ultimate CyanogenMod phone, or Cyanogen phone now, since they are a corporation rather than just software. So this was Phil. That's a OnePlus One. If you have one, it's rooted, has a custom recovery, and an unlocked bootloader. If not, and yours is on the way, save this video, go down and subscribe so that you can check for it later. I'd really appreciate that. If you know anyone with a OnePlus One, go ahead and share this with them using the various social media buttons down there. And if you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe. Follow me on various social media things where following is not creepy or illegal. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.